Hey everybody, it's Kathy Champion and you're back in my craft room, and today I thought I wanted to play on a palette of this soft yellow, but I wanted to do something with this butterfly paper. Now this was sent to me by a friend and she was so kind to share her pack of paper, and she knows how much I love butterflies. So she sent me this pack of paper and I have been using it very sparingly, but I wanted to play this up with, if you notice, I'm being very sparing because I didn't want to put the whole piece on my card. So what I did is I went ahead and cut a piece of solid purple that kind of picks up the purple in the butterflies, and I ran it through this embossing folder, and this made it so pretty. It's so dainty with the flowers and the butterflies on it, and I thought what a beautiful pairing this would make on this yellow card with these butterflies. So what I'm doing is I am going to layer, and I haven't decided if I want to layer this on top. I'm thinking this will go under and then this one over, but this is the palette that I'm kind of going for. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to crease my card down really good, and this is an 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, standard A2 size card. And I think what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go ahead and glue this down, and I'm just going to use some art glitter glue to put this down with, and I'm just going to squeeze a little glue, get enough to cover it because we don't want our cards to come apart. And then I'm just going to glue this down, and I just want to give myself that little 1/8 of an inch border around the edge because that always looks nice. It frames everything really well. Oops, got that on just a little crooked. All right, let's try it this way. And I'm just eyeballing it. And the good thing about the art glitter glue is if you can pull it out fast enough, you don't wrinkle your paper and you don't tear your paper, and those are the two things. So I got that down pretty good, and I think that looks good. So now what I want to do is put some glue on this, and I am going to put this down right over top of it, making sure that it's overlapping perfectly. So let's just go ahead and put some glue, and glue works better on a piece that's been embossed because you've got the up and down edges of your embossing, so the glue kind of gets into all those little crooks and crevices, and just makes it easier for it to glue down. So what I'm going to do is just bring it right here to the edge and pull it up. I want to make sure that it's nice and even, just like that. Oh, that looks so pretty. Isn't that gorgeous? And what I think I want to do is I have a butterfly punch that will punch out these butterflies. So I think on this piece that I have left, I'm going to grab my punch, and I think I want to punch out, I'm not sure which one. Okay, and this paper was actually made for this punch. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my scissors, and I'm just going to cut maybe right across here like that. Just enough so I can get that in there to center it up, and just something about like that, and we can get it twisted just right. That looks good. And then I'm going to punch, and that turned out gorgeous. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the wings up just a little bit, and I want to glue him down so he looks like he's in flight. Now let's see if we can get one more out of here. And what I'm going to do again is I'm going to cut around here like that. And let's see if we can grab that one right there. And again, we're just going to line that up in this punch. That one doesn't seem to want to line as good as the other one did, so maybe we need to go, I like that one right there too. And that one's actually like that one. So let's try this again. See if we can get this in here just perfect. Just like that. Just like so. Off just a little bit. This is the hardest thing when you're trying to punch something out. It's much easier to punch the butterfly out that you stamp. But that's okay, we'll get it. We got the other one and it looked really good, so I'm sure we'll get this one. Just takes a little bit of a steady hand. That looks good. And there we go. And again, I'm going to do the same thing with this. I'm going to bend him up because I want one maybe right here. And what I might even, I like to do the body. I really like to put the glue right there on the body. Something like that. And I'm going to commit him to right here. And I think this one I'm going to do it in this direction. And we'll put that one right there. This is a very simple card, but yet I think it has a definite wow factor, because I think anytime if you get a card and you've got what looks like butterflies in flight, I think it's gorgeous. Now the other thing I want to do is I have some ribbon that I want to cut a piece. So let me reach over here and cut my ribbon. And this is a beautiful lavender purple ribbon. And I think what I want to do is I want to run that ribbon right along there. And see how that's going to give that a nice border. And then I thought too we could run it this way and tie it. And we could have a bow right there between the butterflies. And I think that might just be what I want to do. We'll get it tied and then we'll get it put exactly where we want it. So let's slide it over. And we will tack it down in the back with a piece of double-sided tape or something that will anchor it a little bit better than what it is. So let's get it right about there. I really want that to lay flat, so let's see if we can maneuver it so that we can make that lay nice and flat. And you know what I think will work? Let's use a glue dot on it. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring a glue dot and put it like right here. And then we will tie it. So let me grab my glue dots. And I'm just going to pull one off, and I think I'll just use my little pick right here. Just like that. And I'm actually going to roll that just a little bit. And I'm going to put that down right here on my card. And then I'm going to lay that ribbon into that. That's just going to help tack it so that it will lay straight for me. And sometimes we need an extra finger, and it's okay if we use some of our little tools that we have in our craft room to give us that extra hand. That's what they're for, right? So let's see if we can get another one of these picked off, and they usually pull off fairly easily. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put this one right about here. And just smash that into the glue. And then we are going to tie this. And hopefully by having it tacked down, That's going to help it stay in place, just like so. Get back in that glue dot. Okay. And I am going to use a pair of tweezers. If I can get them in here. Nope, they're not going to work. Yes, they will. We're going to make it work. Watch this. Just hold it right there. And that will hold that ribbon so that we can tie our bow. I've seen people just tie a bow with no problem whatsoever. Bows have always been one of my handicaps, and so I struggle, but I will not be defeated. And then of course you're going to need to fluff your bow a little bit. You're going to need to pull it and tuck it, and once you get it like you want it, then you're going to trim your tails. And what I want to do is I want to make my bow go this way. Just about like that. Now I'm going to take my ribbon scissors and I'm going to trim that off. About like that. And you're always going to have a little bit of waste of ribbon whenever you do bows. It's the nature of the beast, and it's nothing that we can help. See, we do have it twisted on this side, but that's okay. I knew that by turning the bow it was going to twist, but I'd rather have it twisted under here than over there. So I'm going to use another glue dot and keep that twist on this side. I'm going to put a glue dot down right about here. Right about there, and I'm going to lay that in it just like that, just to hold it down, keep everything where it looks nice and even. So this card is coming together really well, but we do need a sentiment on here. So I want to find a sentiment that will fit the occasion for this this beautiful card, and I was thinking of using this May stamp set that says thanks, but I think that's going to be a little bit too big, so let me regroup and grab another stamp set and we will be right back. Alright, I think I found the sentiment that I want to use. I love our beautiful friendship. So I am going to load this up on a stamp block, and I'm going to load it up with just some black VersaFine ink, and I'm going to stamp this down right about here. I think I might stamp it in a couple of places because I'm not sure if I want to die cut this or if I want to, let's bring it over. I think the white, yeah, the white would be too stark on there. I'm going to stamp it right about here. Oh, that's pretty. I love that. So let me grab, I think I want to do a die. So let's pull out my dies, and I'm wondering if this one would fit. Would it fit on that one? I'm thinking that it will, and if it won't, it will fit on that one. So let's put a die over it and see which one fits, and then we'll cut that out and put it on our card. That's a little tight, so let's go with this one. That's a little tight too. Okay, it doesn't look like I'm going to get to use any of these pretty ones, so let's look and see what else we have. I always go back to this one because y'all know I love it. So I am going to check and see if this die will fit right about here. And do I want that there? Let's cut it out and see what it looks like. And this is how I do mine. I'll just lay dies over my sentiments until I find one that I like that will fit. And we could always do this, but I think that might not be exactly what I want either. So I think I'm going to go ahead and cut this one. So I'm just going to use my die machine off to the side. I hope y'all got to see the video that I did on my Stampin' Up channel where I demoed this machine, because it is awesome. And if you didn't, go over and check out Random Acts of Stampin' and let me know what you think. So I am going to center that up. I am missing my magnetic plate, but that will come soon. And there's our sentiment. And I'm going to move this out of my way. And then let's see if we can tuck this right up under that ribbon. I like it like that. That is so cute. And I don't think the ribbon's taking away from it. Sometimes you have to be careful because your ribbon will let's see if we could take it up here or down here. I think I like it. I think I actually like it under the ribbon. Yep, that's where I want it to go. So I'm not even going to put dimensions on this. I am just going to glue this straight down to my card. And again, I'm going right up underneath the ribbon, and I want it to come out right to the edge of the card. Or maybe right at that pattern. No, I want to take it all the way to the edge. Once you get it where you want it, then commit and stick it down. That is so cute. I'm going to fiddle with my bow just a little bit more. I like that. I think it looks so cute. So now all we need to do is put a piece of cardstock inside of our card so that we can write a note. So I'm just going to pull a piece of white cardstock and grab my trimmer. And I am going to put this in at 4 inches, because we know that the inside nap needs to be 4 or 5 1/4. And then we can put this right inside, and if you want to, you can do some decorative corners in it. You could stamp a butterfly on here. That would be so pretty. You just never know how you can come about decorating a card until you, you get busy with it and you say, oh, that would be so pretty on there. So I'm just going to cut around this one. And let's see if we can punch this out. And I just think it would be so cute to have to follow through with that butterfly theme on the inside of the card. So I did end up using a whole piece of 6x6 butterfly paper, But look what I did. You know what else would be cute? To put a butterfly over here to hide that, the little turn of that ribbon. I think that's what we're going to do. We could always stamp a butterfly on there, but I think I like this. And that way nobody has to know that your ribbon was turned. I might put a little bit under his wings just to make him lay flat. Just about like that. And now we'll put our little white piece over here. And again, I'm just going to do some art glitter glue on the back. And the best case scenario, I would already stamp my sentiment before I glue this down, but for the sake of the video, I'm just going to put the white piece in, and we could always write a personal note. I think that's always nice, a nice touch. So we're just going to lay this in about like that and press it down. I'm going to use my bone folder just to get that glue evened out. And it looks like I didn't quite get enough under the edge, but that's okay. We'll just come back in like this. And then we'll smush it out a little more. There we go. And I got glue on my bone folder, but that's okay. Now that card is done, and how stunning is that card? That is so pretty. So pretty. I love that bow. I think the bow really did add a lot to the card. And even though it does appear that it's hanging over top of our sentiment, it's really not a bad idea to have the bow kind of hiding a little bit, because then you kind of got a peek to find what the message says. I love our beautiful friendship. I love that card. I think it turned out beautiful. I'm going to zoom y'all in so you can see a little bit better. Isn't that pretty? I'll pull it down just a hair. And I want to thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the process of me putting this card together, and I hope you found inspiration in it. And you might not have the exact supplies that I do to make this card, but use what you have and make it happen. You can use a different variety of paper. You could fussy cut your flowers, would be beautiful on something like this, and use a floral embossing folder. So many different opportunities and options that you have. So try it and see what you come up with. And thank you again so much for tuning in. Thank you for supporting my channel, and God bless you and keep you. And as I always say in closing, be kind, be gentle, and be loving. And most of all, give glory to our Father in heaven. He is worthy of our praise. And until we craft again, may God bless you and keep you. Bye-bye.